Good morning, Boulder County. It's Wednesday, July 15th. I'm your host, Shay Castle. And this is The Frequency, a weekly local podcast covering the news, events, and voices shaping the Boulder Valley. Today's episode is brought to you by the Regional Air Quality Council. This year, set the summer trend. Take simple steps for better air and avoid idling your car when parked in parking lots or waiting in pickup lines and drive-thrus. Turning your car off and on again instead of idling can make a huge difference for summer air quality. And it helps reduce ground-level ozone pollution in the Colorado Front Range. Know when it matters most by signing up for ozone alerts from the Regional Air Quality Council. Learn more at simplestepsbetterair.org. Today, we'll travel the Cosmic Highway with Longmont and Netherlands-based group Prairiewolf. But first, the headlines. Lafayette's City Council will dedicate the entirety of its July 21st meeting to the town's beleaguered cemetery. Lafayette Cemetery was closed to casket burials in November 2025 after human remains were discovered during 2 internments. Extensive ground mapping completed earlier this year revealed 2 additional burials in sites designated as available, and 750 to 1,000 unmarked graves. Mapping also concurred with previous findings that, quote, the facility can no longer provide additional burial capacity, according to a publicly available report. Approximately 150 individuals currently own 1 or more plots, with an approximate 270 remaining unused plots, according to information provided by the city. Lafayette hosted 2 public listening sessions in June. At the July 21st meeting, Council will, quote, address options for plot holders, including fees and repurchase rates, individual plot assessments, and improvements to the other municipal cemetery, Coal Creek. The meeting will be held at 5:30 p.m., Tuesday, July 21st, at City Hall, 1290 South Public Road. Many changes are coming to Boulder ahead of Sundance's arrival in just 5 months. Here are 2 of them. The city of Boulder is selling a downtown parking lot to developers who plan to build a 110-room hotel. The parking lot is located at the corner of Spruce and Broadway, just 1 block off the Pearl Street Mall, and has 59 spaces. Capacity at existing city parking garages can absorb lost spots, according to a city analysis. The buyers are a Denver-based group who developed the Ramble Hotel in Rhino. The hotel will also include ground floor commercial space available for below market rate. Boulder has long had a goal of subsidizing retail rental rates to encourage local small businesses. The purchase price has not yet been disclosed. City Council will weigh the sale in early August. Boulder is also relocating some homeless services farther away from its downtown civic area in Central Park. Community Court is a program that helps people avoid jail time for low-level municipal offenses such as sleeping outside. Participants can have tickets and charges waived if they make measurable progress toward becoming housed, such as acquiring identification. The weekly program is held outside the Penfield Tate Municipal Building, where council and other city boards and commissions meet. Starting next week, it will relocate 1/2 mile to St. John's Episcopal Church. St. John's has long hosted other homelessness services. The move was recommended by a consultant's report released last year, which also found Boulder would need to spend an additional $11 million per year to end unsheltered homelessness by 2028. Read more about all our headlines at the links in our show notes. Coming up next, get into the zone with Caribou Current's Tyler Hickman and Jezy Gray as we share an excerpt of their interview with Prairiewolf. For the full episode and a written article about the local band's latest LP, visit CaribouCurrent.com.
By the end of the second set, I was just like, I don't know where I can't see out into the audience. I'm not sure where I am. I wasn't. It was very. It felt like we had drifted off into space or something.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm Tyler Hickman, and today we're getting into the zone. The July issue of our Arts and Culture Monthly, Caribou Current, hits the racks with local cosmic Americana band Prairiewolf gracing the cover. If you haven't heard their music yet, you can thank me later. The trio is rooted in Boulder County from Nederland to Longmont, and their latest record, Zone Poems, drops July 17th via Centripetal Force Records. If you're a live album buff, I'm looking at you, Deadheads and Fish fans. I cannot recommend these guys enough. But what's really interesting is how this live record came together. The group went on tour throughout Colorado and got into some pretty funky headspaces on stage. They didn't know it yet, but they were making their next record in real time. Today, we're going on that journey with them. Our editor, Jezy Gray, sat down with Jeremy Erwin, Tyler Wilcox, and Stefan Beck to find out how this weird tapestry of spacey, laid-back jams came together.
Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate all you guys for carving out a little time. Very, very stoked, and very stoked about this new record.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. It's hard to believe it's been 3 years.
That is pretty wild.
2023, man.
Because that was when the first record came out. That's right.
Yep. Spring of 23. So let's start there. Can you guys kind of catch me up on the Prairiewolf saga over the last 3 years? Where are we now?
When we started the group, I had the intention of, and I think we all shared this, is like making music that was soothing. Like the times that we had come out of with COVID and the Trump era just fucking sucked. And I just wanted to make music that was just soothing, just felt good, like a really good combination of instruments that everybody liked. And just, it was kind of, healing music. And times have changed fairly drastically over the past 3 or 4 years. I don't know if I go in with the intention of like trying to soothe people anymore. It's more like, I think everybody just wants to like get lost in it and just kind of go there for the, enjoy the music for the sense of just getting out of the shit.
Yeah, that's super interesting to hear you say that, just talking about the different environments, compared to where we were when LP1 came out versus LP3. And I will say to that point about, desiring to soothe, if I have guests coming over, first record I'm putting on, Prairiewolf LP1. It's the welcome to my home music. Like, let's put everyone at ease. And we'll take a journey together.
I don't know if the new one is the one that you would put on to, I do think it's, it has some of those elements. I mean, there's definitely some, but I do think it's edgier.
And, edgier for us. I think that I wouldn't call it edgy. I think what we find edgy is not what is actually edgy.
Well, it's funny you say that. I have a whole question prepared about this very word, Tyler, because you included that in an email. You said that the live quality of the recordings gave some of the moments on the record, kind of an edgier quality. I agree, and I also agree with like the sentiment that Stefan's saying, which is like it's not exactly the first word that would come to mind when you're describing Prairiewolf.
Right.
So let's maybe since we're on that topic, let's go there. Take me to like a moment on the new record that you feel like has a little bit of edge to it.
I am personally all about the first single that we put out, Burning Edges, like track 3 on there. Stefan has a genuine like fuzz tone solo that goes, I don't know what the length is, Stefan. Have you timed it?
Too long. Extended solo.
No, it's not long enough, man.
I can still remember playing that song in Crestone. It wasn't the first time we had played it, but maybe it was the first time that Stefan played that the solo that developed into the one that's on the record.
Oh yeah, because we changed the arrangement. That might have been the first time.
Yeah, maybe we did it. I can't remember, but I remember being shocked and dismayed by it, and delighted. I thought it was great.
Oh, I think the tape is out there of the Crestone show, and I think I yelled at him to keep going. It was amazing. You
Please
never get a solo like that out of Stefan.
The Crestone show, that gives me a good transition to speak to what I consider an edgy or dangerous moment on the record. Was I had a crazy migraine on that show and couldn't see and was had no idea if anything sounded right. And then
Yeah.
that ended up being the bulk of side A. It came from that show.
I mean, that show was genuinely strange to me as well.
Yeah.
I remember just because we did play 2 sets, right? And by the end of the second set, I was just like, I don't know where I can't see out into the audience. I'm not sure where I am. I wasn't. It was very. It felt like we had drifted off into space or something.
Well, and Crestone's a weird place too. Like there's weird energy there. There's a lot of like spiritual seekers there, but there are also just a lot of people who like go there to get away from everything else. And they call it the Cosmic Highway, like the 2-lane road that runs down there, where they have all these UFO sightings, and like there's like some weird folk art dedicated to that. And wasn't there a bachelor party there at that show? They had like witnessed some cosmic event on mushrooms the night before, and
yeah, the mayor of Crestone was running sound as well. He was in charge.
It felt like a kind of weird turning point. It's kind of locked in, and it just kind of set the tone in a weird way.
To kind of go back to sort of aerial view of these last few years, I mean, you guys have been producing new music at a pretty healthy clip, roughly a record a year, maybe not quite, but, we've gotten a few LPs over these past few years. I mean, is it fair to say like you guys are feeling pretty dialed in right now?
Well, you should have been at our rehearsal last weekend. I don't know if it was that dialed in. Yeah, no, I mean, I think as we were saying, like it felt like we could come in and, for the most part, kind of knew what to do with the songs. We didn't have to think about them too much. So yeah, in that respect, I mean, I do feel like, it's something that at least, if we have songs, we can kind of, we know what to do with them now. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if the other guys agree.
Well, I would just add to that and say one thing that helped kind of focus in on getting those songs dialed and getting really comfortable with playing them live was, we had a bunch of music that we all brought to the table at the beginning of last year. I don't know how many demos we had, but, there were maybe 10 or 12. And Jeremy wisely said, well, let's focus on a smaller group of them and just get to know these songs inside and out and kind of let them evolve as we play them. And I think that was really effective. So I do think, like in the time period when those recordings were made, from whatever it was, May to October of 2025, we were really dialed on those songs. Especially by the end. Like I remember that last Glob show we opened for Bitch and Baja's. I think at the end of our set, I was like, I think that's the best we've ever played. And that's, the basis of a handful of songs on the album.
We played 15 shows last year. I think that's more than we played combined previously. I would record every show with a little Zoom recorder. And we had eventually tapers would come out to the show and record, which is a phenomenon that I never imagined we would experience. So we had all these recordings of the shows, right? And we'd listen to these, and sprinkled in there was an occasional soundboard recording that we would get, like a multi-track soundboard recording from the venue, which is amazing to have because you can mix it like a record, right? So as we'd go back and listen to the shows, we could identify what was best or what was like a unique performance of a song. And I think we started the year with the intention of playing these new songs and recording an album at the end traditionally, because the intention was to get inside the songs, see where they had advanced by the end of the year, and capture that in the studio. Well, the multi-track recordings happen to be some of the most memorable shows. Crestone, and then we had a couple at Glob at the end of the year. They were just amazing. So I think like Stefan said, that Bitch and Baja's show we opened for, we were like, I think we might have a record already. I went through and picked what felt like the strongest representation of each of these new songs from those multi-track recordings. We made a list, and everyone, I can't recall this part, if I said, hey, these are the best, listen to them and agree, or if I just took it and ran with it.
No. You just made a record. We had finished those, and then it was like you went underground into mixing mode.
Okay.
And then popped up a couple months later, and we're like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" and it was like kind of mind blowing that you were able to come up with what you did.
Yeah,
based on-
because I know, I mean, you had definitely said that you thought that you could do it, and I honestly didn't. I thought that you would start doing it and get, sort of down a tunnel and kind of be like, actually, it would be much better if we sat down and actually recorded this. But once we had it, I was like, this is like the easiest record I've ever made, because I played those shows, but I didn't do anything beyond that, really. So I was like, this is great. This is almost like getting a new Prairiewolf record that I didn't have to like hear 100 times before it was kind of finished.
It was like getting the source material from our live shows and reviewing it in the same way you would like a studio session. So what I was able to do is, this record is not only based on tracks from a specific date, like the first track is not simply from Crestone. The bulk of it, like Tyler and Stefan and the drum machine are, but then I'll also take large sections from another date, like a whole Stefan track, and drop it into the track from Crestone, and it just fits. Like, that's kind of the weird serendipity of Prairiewolf, where I can take like a completely semi-random take of a song and throw it over another one, and it just works.
It's almost like this is how we were meant to make records in some way.
Yeah.
All along. So, I mean, I think I don't know whether that's, exactly how we'll do this in the future, but maybe, I don't know, maybe we will, because it worked pretty well.
It works. So that's kind of what the record is. I mean, it's quite literally taking one piece from one date and adding it to another and just sitting back in amazement at how well it works. So it's layered live recordings, but there are also studio parts that we dropped in. We're only 3 dudes. So if I want to hear a bigger chorus, I'm going to add, a layer of Mellotron or a string synth here and there, or an arpeggiated synth to open burning edges. So the record that I will frequently compare it to is Anthem of the Sun, the Grateful Dead record, in which it's built, I think, in the exact same fashion.
Because I mean, that's what I kind of thought was great, is that, and I think that was in the performances, we weren't thinking about them being on a record. And that, for me, in a lot of cases when we're recording, is challenging. When we're recording in the studio, I'm usually like, okay, this is gonna go on the record. And I didn't think about that, like I was not thinking about that at all when we were playing these shows. Not for an instant.
You have described Zone Poems in the press materials as a sicko's delight, which I would argue, if I had a vote, if I were a member of Prairiewolf, I would say that should be the album title.
Sicko's Delight. Maybe that's the remix record, Sicko's Delight.
There you go. But to unpack that for readers, why is this a Sicko's Delight?
Well, I'll specify Sicko's Delight. When I said that, I was intending to refer to the bonus disc, which, if you, for purposes of the physical versions, the CD or the LP, the CD is a double disc, and the second disc is the first run through of every song on the record. And some of them are very long. Like Modifications is 20 some minutes long, but it's killer. I just love the idea of like, this is how it started. These were the original versions, and this is what it became. It solidifies that idea that there is no best version. They're just versions.
Yeah. Sickos is probably, I mean, we'd probably describe ourselves as that as music fans, because I think all of us get into weeds with different bands. So I mean, we're like this is something that we would like from our favorite bands, is being able to hear these different versions, which are rougher and kind of scrappier and longer. So that's what I mean. The Sicko's Delight for me, I was like, yeah, it's for the people who are sickos about this music.
For the real wolf heads. All right, fellas, that's what I prepared for us. Thanks again for taking the time to chat with me. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to the shows, and congrats on the new record, guys. It's great.
Yeah. Thank you so much for doing this. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It is awesome. So thank you.
You guys are the best. All right. See ya.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
that's all for today. Huge thanks to Jeremy, Tyler, and Stefan for all of the time they gave to us for this story. Their record, Zone Poems, is out July 17th, and they've got a few cozy shows coming up too. You can catch them at Louisville's Electric Room July 18th, Boulder's Paradise Found Records on August 1st, and Denver's Ghost Canyon Fest August 29th. Jezy wrote a phenomenal story about this trio for our latest issue. You can find it in print all throughout the Peak to Peak and in Boulder, or read it online at cariboucurrent.com. The issue is also packed with music, art, culture, food, you name it, covering the foothills, peaks, and everything in between. If you're looking for live music, we've got 2 pages of upcoming shows for you, plus curated events to keep your summer calendar filled. It's free, so go find a copy and read some truly great local arts journalism today.